In this video, I want to talk about having the right personality for trading. Now, there's a few different ways to look at this because when I first started trading, we all get this list of what's the best books to read when you first start trading. The typical uh, the typical ones on the top of the list, right? I'm not going to go down and start naming them all off, but we all read them, and they talk about some of these different mindset ideas, like the kind of things that you should be thinking about and the kind of things that you should be looking for. The problem is that that's not something that we tend to focus in on. We tend to jump in more right away to execution. We want to start making money right away. We realize, and everybody knows, it doesn't take any skill to place a trade and then see what happens, right? Sometimes it's going to turn out to be a loser, winner. You can get anybody that can just click the button, right? We all know that. But try to do that consistently and make money and profit off of it. That's a totally different story. So it's exciting. It's exciting to open up the platform. It's exciting to look at the numbers and watch them change. It's exciting to watch candlestick patterns and start learning about all that first. And you ask professional traders, once they get to the point where they're really, really comfortable with what they've done, what they've achieved, it's a never-ending process to learn. First of all, by the way, if you're brand new in this business, I want to tell you that I am the never-ending, will always be learning individual. Like it's my learning process is never ending. It's something that I'm always going to continue to learn from other people. That's just the way this business is. There's no end game here. It's always to improve and to be better every day, every year, every month, whatever it is that you're using to measure your performance. And that's the way that I plan on trading for the rest of my life. That's my goal. I will always continue to learn from the greatest traders that I can find and the greatest traders that I can meet. And then ultimately, hopefully one day I can outperform them. That is my goal. That's my personal goal. So it's about mindset in the beginning. So, now that I have a trading system in place, and when I built my own trading system, it was a matter of me having the mindset and the personal control, the ability to control my behavior and to learn how to deal with my losses, all of those mindset issues. When I look back and I see how people should have started, including myself, it is something that I will always say you need to start with mindset. But if someone would have told me that, including the books that I read, just the same books that you've probably read in the beginning, they suggested those ideas. Get your mindset right, get all of that. But it's really vague. No one knows where to start when it comes to mindset. Some people ignore the fact that they have any mindset issues anyway. They think that, even if they're struggling with some issues at home, but it's not really too bad, or even at work, there could be some deep-rooted or deep-seated situations or things that may be bothering you, and you don't know that it's actually the way you perform with everything until you really start digging. You need to find somebody, a coach, who will help you pull those things out. And it doesn't have to be a painful process at all. It doesn't have to be anything like where you're thinking, I'm going to feel like a loser and I'm exposing too much to this individual. Sometimes it can be a real simple, just basic understanding of something that you did, or an idea or a thought pattern that you've had since childhood, and you've used that to execute all your financial decisions as an adult. And it could have an impact on your trading. You wouldn't realize it until you speak to somebody who knows how to identify it. There are very few people that I have met that have that skill. And I have partnered up with a coach who has that ability to take most of the mindset issues and to help my coaching students develop a better understanding of what they're getting involved in and how to prepare for what they're about to experience. So I have a partner who I send all of my coaching students to, and they work with her for the first session or two until they're cleared, in a sense. So you get this mindset approach, and the real big advantage is that even if you don't have real big issues with money and with personal accountability and extreme ownership, even if you don't have big issues with it, it's still a nice, rewarding, and refreshing conversation to share where you're at and how you approach your trading, what's going on in your life, and she can identify that maybe, even if it's just some changes at home or some things like that, it could have an impact on your trading, maybe slow down a little bit. It's nice to hear somebody else's perspective, just like it's nice to have somebody look at your trades and analyze your trades for the week or for the month. Somebody else who you can trust and will ask you, what's going on with these trades and to try to hold you accountable. So my coaching program is really about making sure that you have the right personality to be a good trader, and you should be in this business anyway. So when my coaching students go through the mindset with my partner, then I then at that point walk them through my trading system so that they can start making money. It is a better approach. We have seen far better results than instead of how I used to do it, which was to just give coaching students my trading course, give them a section of trader psychology. Most people would skip right over the trader psychology. Even if they had issues, they didn't care. They went straight for the trading system, trying to identify the patterns, the entry, the stop loss, to take profits. Where was the money to be made? That's where they went. And they wouldn't deal with mindset issues first, or to even find out if they had any. Even if you don't feel that you have any, it's nice to try and find out to make sure. It's really nice to find out your personality type. So this post that I put on my personal profile the other day was pretty interesting. I got some interesting feedback from it. Basically, if you're the type that focuses on problems rather than the solution to a problem, you're going to have some difficulties and some challenges trying to see clearly what it is that you can do to stop making the same mistakes. When you start asking yourself, and you've heard, people like Tony Robbins and things like that, they'll say, ask yourself better questions. Sometimes you don't know what questions to ask. In the beginning of my trading career, again, like I said, I read the same books that just about everybody else does. They all said focus on mindset, and I didn't know what they meant. There was nobody there to help me or to tell me or to guide me. And nobody really talks about it. Like I said, there aren't too many good coaches that help you with mindset. And I've got one. I've got one for you. So it's all part of my coaching program. And you can't lose. Seriously, you can't lose when you start with your mindset first. Really, even if you're new in this business, start with mindset. Just talk to the mindset coach, and then I show you how to make money with my trading system and how to make money every day. And everything falls into place, and it's a lot easier to accept everything that's happening to you. Whether you have a winning trade, how do you accept that winning trade? If you have a losing trade, how do you accept and how do you deal with the losing trade? When you have changes in your life and it can affect your trading, how are you going to deal with that? Who are you going to ask for help, or who are you going to talk to so that you can get through that and you don't blow up your trading account? You don't have this negative drawdown or a rut that takes a long time for you to get out of. You don't need to go through that. So this is a really important place to start. I really highly recommend anybody, even if they're going to go off and try to develop their own trading system, start with mindset. And even if you think you know something about it, if you have not talked to a professional mindset trading coach, take the time to do it. Trust me. It's like you sometimes hear experienced people give you good advice, and then you sort of go, yeah, that was great, but I want to trade, man. I want to trade. I don't want to think about mindset and things like that. Believe me, it's one of those situations where you look back and you think, I wish I would have done that. Do it. Trust me. I really, if I could have gone back to 2001 when I first started trading, I would do anything I possibly can to myself to make sure that I started off with mindset. Everything would have been easier. I would not have lost as much money as I lost, and I would have been a much happier person a lot sooner. So believe me, if your family's counting on you, if your family's counting on you, and it is your desire, your goal, your dream to trade full time, it is part of the game. This is part of the game. Mindset is part of the game. It doesn't matter, what anybody else says. It is part of the game. And if you get this part right in the beginning, you're way ahead of everybody else. And you're going to make everybody that's counting on you a lot happier, a lot faster.